I took yesterday off. Let's do a county. And for today, we're going to talk about Leavenworth County, one of the oldest permanent settlements in Kansas. And when I say oldest settlement, I mean it is the oldest white European or American settlement. There were Native Americans here for thousands of years before Leavenworth became established. Anyways, now that that rant's over, Leavenworth is going to be named after Colonel Henry Leavenworth, who is a veteran of the War of 1812 and is going to be one of the first members of the United States military to actually come to Kansas and engage with Native American troops here. And by engage, I do mean engage as in terms of combat engaging. One of Leavenworth's objectives as a member of the military is to secure the land that was ceded as part of the Louisiana Purchase in what is then Kansas territory, or what's going to become Kansas territory. Leavenworth is the son of a career military man, is himself a career military man, and his own son is going to be a career military man. Leavenworth is originally going to establish Fort Leavenworth as Catamount Leavenworth, and then it's going to quickly expand to a fort as the Oregon and Santa Fe trails begin becoming more popular and more in wide use. The Santa Fe Trail is what's kind of going to make Fort Leavenworth so important because it's that western terminus of where the U.S. military is for a long period of time before they start establishing more forts as you go along Kansas. Those forts were meant to protect that commercial road and how valued importance it was for not just the area, but also for the United States as a whole. Even to this day, Fort Leavenworth is one of the most historic and most needed military bases. After the end of the Plains Wars and even during the Civil War, it's going to be a landing point for African American soldiers. It's where the Buffalo Soldiers come from during the Plains Wars in the 1860s and 70s. Like I said, Leavenworth, the city and fort itself, is the oldest permanent white settlement in Kansas. Andrew Reeder, when he's appointed as territorial governor of Kansas, is actually going to set up his first office at Fort Leavenworth in what is today called the Rookery. There was even a large push for Leavenworth to be named the state capital, but they figured having the military presence there wasn't so great. It was too close to Missouri and a bunch of other issues. Being the oldest white settlement in Kansas, it also lends itself to some creepy stories. It is considered to be one of the most haunted places in Kansas, not just Fort Leavenworth, but the area is lousy with it. I think that and Atchison are pretty much tied for the most confirmed hauntings in the state of Kansas. So, yay, creepy stories. More of those coming soon. Leavenworth himself is going to die during a buffalo hunt at Cross Timbers in what is today Oklahoma while trying to make contact with the Kiowa, Comanche, and Wichita peoples. His final resting place is on the grounds of what is now the Fort Leavenworth National Historic Cemetery. So there you go, Leavenworth County, oldest white settlement in Kansas.